Hi, good morning. Morning, Sarah. Morning, everyone. We wait for the others first, huh? Okay, so now I'm assigning the questions of tutorial 7, and then the person or the student should open their mic lah, huh? As usual. Then, is it? Because I remember. Oh, is it? Okay. Because when I saw last time, our lecture is just finished the test. Yeah, that's why lah. Because I think I have um, deja vu. Okay, so we already discussed up until questions 4 lah. Okay. Okay, so if like that, Hmm. So if we already cover chapter 7 and we have covered up until user interface design last this week. Okay, but I think hmm, okay, so I will I will upload tutorial at now, and then but will not discuss that now. We will discuss that next week because I will give you all time to answer it first. And then I think we can proceed. Can we proceed to the practical directly? Okay. So because this week practical, you all will need to do test plan and test case. So I think I will need to explain, and then you all will need a little bit time to do that. Okay. So it uh, five. Okay. So I already uploaded the question for tutorial 8, but like I said, we proceed to our practical. So your practical is for this week. You all can see here, right? This week you all should proceed. This week is week 11, so you all should proceed with week 11 task. And week 11 task is test case and test plan. Okay, so test cases is the one that what you have done in table previously. We have done it in our tutorial for questions number questions, yeah, questions number 1C. Okay, so this is the test case, and then you all also need to do and prepare test plan. Okay, so this test plan, it's a document. It is a document, and then it should cover this item: testing process, testing items, testing procedure, testing requirement, and testing constraint. So if you all see, this is also what we have in our test. In our slide. Okay, so this is what we have in our slide. The testing process here, testing process, tested item. So just ignore the requirement traceability. Tested item, testing procedure, testing requirement. Here requirement, the testing requirement is covering hardware and software. And then testing constraint. Okay, so you all can see the details of each of these in our slide lah. Okay, so the explanation, a little bit explanation about that. For each of these, what is the testing process? You need to explain a little bit about testing process. Okay, so the testing process, like here, what we have in our slide, the testing process must cover the 5 stages of testing. Okay, so this is the testing process. So it must cover the 5. You all must explain based on your system. So what you do during the unit testing, what you do during the module testing, please give example. For example, you may say during the unit testing, the individual function should be tested. Okay, so the example in Sutra Harbor system, we have one function which is to add the informations of the attendance in the database lah. Okay, so during the unit testing, the name of the function that we have tested, the example of the function that we have tested during the unit testing is, maybe you name the function as add attendance functions. Okay, so you explain about that function lah. Okay, for example, that functions will receive the input such as the date and time for the attendance, the staff ID, staff ID and staff ID and the date and time, the staff thumbprint to the system lah. Okay, so maybe you explain that a little bit lah, and then after that in the module testing you also give at least one example of 2 individual function that need to be that is actually dependent to each other. Okay, and then after that in the subsystem testing you give more than one modules that dependent to each other, the example. Yes, after that, in the system testing, is this the whole subsystem lah working together, you need to test lah. Then after that, doing the acceptance testing. Okay, so for this task, actually it have 10 marks, right? So based on the rubrics, the test plan is only cover 5 marks, and then the test case will cover 5 marks. Okay, so even though it only cover 5 marks, but please, whatever explanation about all of this that you inserted or included in your test plan, it make sure it is related to your system. Like I said just now lah. For example, if you are explaining about the testing process, you said that it needs to proceed 5 stages, and each of the give example for each of the stages or level. Okay, so you can see and refer to our slide about what is the tested item. Okay, so tested item is about program modules, user procedure, and operator procedure. Okay, so after the testing procedure, actually previously we have one template for test plan. Okay, so this is actually a template for test plan, but it didn't cover everything that is required for your assignment. And actually, this assignment, we should not give the template for the test plan for the student because you are already in bachelor. So maybe, no, it's not maybe. So we want you all to work to do the test plan now by yourself without depending on the template. But yeah, so this is the format lah. I mean, there's no specific format. For example, the font size or whatsoever. There's no. It's at least but just make sure it containing all of the items stated in the assignment lah. Like I said just now, the testing process, the testing process, testing item, testing procedure, testing requirement, and this. So just make sure it containing all of this, and then because there's no specific template, specific format. I think you all can just use the format here, the format for your assignment. For example, this one, the font size, the font style, line spacing, the alignment, just use this. Okay, so but I can give you all a glance of how the template of the test plan. So this is the test plan, the template for the test plan. You can see test plan, and then you can put the customer name here. And then this is the table of the content. Actually, if I give this, yeah, another document. Test plan is a document. Like I said just previously in the early of our this session lah just now. Customer name is your customer name lah. For example, if you are doing the system for Sutera Harbor, then Sutera Harbor lah. So we just insert the full document into report. No, just attach lah. You may said that for the test plan, please refer to the attachment A or appendix A, which is the test plan. For each person or module. So we just do the test plan for our own module assigned. We test after the integration. For this test plan, you all still need to combine each of your module lah. Okay, so only one test plan for one group. It's not one module for, it's not one test plan for one module. Okay, so maybe in this, no, it's not maybe, sorry. So if you want to divide the task, beta, so if you want to divide the task for the test planning and test case, you only cover, I mean, for the test planning, you maybe can divide the task based on your member. So you one member doing the testing plan, process, one member doing the tested items, and then the testing procedure, one person, and then testing requirement, one person, testing constraint, one person. And then after that, for the test case, then in this test case, you can divide the test case based on the module assigned to you. Okay, understand, Jonathan? How many test case per module? So maybe at least four, at least four for each of the module, because each of the student may come out with four test case. Okay, so for example here, what I mean by four test case is there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is the program name. Maybe, yeah. Okay, so this is the example. I'm giving the example. So the program name here, you may put your program or your system name, for example, Sutera Harbor attendance system, but you give name of the module, maybe staff and staff registration. I don't remember. I registration module. Yeah, of course. Just put the column there, but just put nothing lah, like this one. Because why? Even though it has no content for now, but actually this is the template for the end user letter or the tester to fill in when they're doing the testing. So leave out the actual result and marks since only a template. Now you need to put the column here and then just put it like this. But you all need to fill in this one lah, this 4. Yeah, the content, yeah, just leave it blank. Yeah, no need put dash lah. Yeah. Because it will be used by the later when the tester are looking for test case, they will use this template, and then that column will be they will fill in the column. Okay, so this is the example for the test case. Yeah, so each module will need at least 4 test cases. But if you can provide more, then it's okay. But I want at least 4 test cases lang. Okay, so understand? For the test plan, it's not that one test plan, one module. No, because one test plan is for the whole system. So like I said just now, you all need to divide the tasks based on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our test case we put at the end of the test plan. Yes, that means like yeah, another sections lah in the test planning. So understand. So I think even if I give you the template here, it is the content is not really match with the requirement for the degree punya test plan lah. But if you still want to refer to it, then still okay. If you want me to share it to you all. Do you want to see and just make it as a reference? Don't rely 100% to this test. plan, because some of the requirement here it didn't cover. Yeah, I need it. Okay. So I will upload this example of this template of test plan in our classroom. Yes, plan template. So you all, if you don't have any question, you all can start doing it already. So because why? Because I want you all to use the allocated time for this SE, so that your assignment can finish during this time. So you will not use your other time to just doing this, because I know you all have a lot of assignment, right? Need to follow exact the template format. Like I said just now, the format is not compulsory, but if you want, but you can follow this one, the assignment format. This is our assignment format. But for the, I think this is, if you follow this, you can, but this is in PDF. So I actually not really sure what is the that type of the word, the font, the size. I'm actually don't know. So you can follow the format from our assignment lah. But what I say you can refer is, for example, the content, because in this test plan template there's some example, for example here, but there is an issue, I think it didn't cover in your test plan lah. But for example here it has some example for you to refer. So like I said, just use this as reference, use whatever relevant to your test plan. Okay, so just use whatever that is relevant to your test plan. Okay, Kelvin? In short, just use the format in our assignment. Yeah, I'm uploading it first. So if you all don't have any questions, you all can start, go to your group, discuss and divide the task. And then today, maybe I will need you to submit the whatever you have done. Okay, so if you all cannot finish, the test plan and the test case for today up until 11 a.m., it's okay. You can continue later, but submit whatever you have discussed and the outcome of today sessions lah. Because I want to see and I want a proof that you all are doing the task during the assignment or during the practical time. And then it is also to help you all to really doing the task just during our practical time lah. Because I know you student maybe have a lot of assignment, and then this week is week 11 already. Some of the assignment must be submitted during week 12. Okay, so some of you may rushing to do another assignment. So just use the time allocated for the practical to do the assignment. Peta the practical test plan template. Actually, this test plan template is not provided by the CC. So I just give it as your reference lah. Okay, so I already uploaded the test plan template under week 11. You all can refer it to that to here. And then if you have any questions, you can ask me during this time lah. So I will like usual, I will still on our Google Meet, and then you all can ask me in the chat when you are doing the task. Okay, guys and girls, discuss with your group, ah. Okay, okay, okay. So actually, whatever you have submitted previously, all of you still can change it until the week 14. Until week 14. Yes. No. Until week 13. But I still want you all to submit your work every week so that there's a progress. 4. For each module, at least 4 test cases needed. Okay. Yes, at least 4. If you have more, then better. But later, when you are in real world, the test case is should be not only for lah, because this is just for your assignment. So in the real world, just cover as much as you can for each of the modules. Okay, so but this is just assignment, and you also didn't have don't really have your real system, so it's okay. I can limit it by 4 lah. But in the future, don't say that each of the modules should have 4 lah, because in the real world you really need to cover as much as possible the test case that you can think of, because it is for your system, for the real system.
Miss, the test data, we write what in test data?
Test data, um, it's like the example of data that you put inside, that you put to test. For example, if you say that your input data is IC number, then you put example of IC number that you will enter in the test data, because it is important to see the example of the test data, because they want to see the format. For example, if you don't want the IC number to have the hyphen, so you put the exact example of IC number that doesn't have any hyphen inside it lah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so Kelvin, if you see here, this is the example of the test case, but ignore the empty here. You should put something here like the module and the system name. And then here also remove the hyphens. But this is the example lah. For example, here your test case is to start online chat. Then you will need to enter username. Okay, so maybe and then when you want to test the type message, I mean the message that you want to enter um, for the online chat, then you put either you put exact. I think it is better if you put exactly if what data that needed to be entered. For example, here it asks the tester to enter this exact word. Okay, so this is the example of the expected result lah. Okay, Kelvin, and everyone lah.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I do error checking as test also?
Pardon?
Error checking, does it count as test? Like I deliberately write something invalid there and then
Wait, sorry, your voice is so soft. Let
uh
me. Okay, now okay. Yes, can you
like
repeat again?
like a right okay, a test result 6, like we can write A B C or something, or
Test result. The test
let's say,
result.
wait, no, I mean test result is you write the number but we type something else like symbol or A B C like that, and then it gives it, and then the expected result is that show error message can.
Yeah, show error
Okay.
message can. Yes. For deleting test case, is there test data or put dash? For a deleting test case, you delete new article. Okay, so there's no test data, but yeah, you can put dash, because usually if you delete something, you need to click an icon, and then what you did is you put, for example, here, delete. Sorry, click delete button. So, for example, okay, so delete. Maybe you say here because you want to delete, right? Okay, so for example, delete. Your test case is to delete an article, and then you're right here. You write here. For example, click delete button. And then here the test data, you can put hyphen, but the expected result may be the confirmations box. Okay, Russell? Okay. Sorry, because I didn't share my screen just now. So the expected result may be confirmations box appear to confirm to delete itulah. Or Russell, there's another way. Let me share my screen again. So there's another way. So for example, your test case here is you may write to delete news article. Okay, so your test data you may write here click delete button, the test data, and then after that the expected result is confirmations box appear to confirm the delete. I think that one is better lah. My suggestion, the second suggestions. Okay, Russell? It is not a data, but we still can put it in the test data, because test data is something that you input or you trigger to the system. Okay, because when you click a button, it means you send something to the system, you send action to the system, so it is also can be considered as a data lah. but it is in terms of action. Because if you aware that when we click a button, there's an action, right? Each of the button, if you have learned about HTML, each of the button there's an action to it. Okay. So it is depends on you. Can I just go with hyphens? I cannot think of it as data. Okay, so if you think that the first one is better, then just go with the first suggestions lah. Okay. And guys, this is another example of test case. Yeah, of test case. You all can see here. For example, this is the module or function that checking the eligibility of voting. Okay, so you can also put it like this. Okay, so you all can see here lah. But for the test data, I prefer you put the exact data that you will need the tester to enter. Because if you put it like this, you only said that valid identification card. So the tester don't know what is the format of the data. So for example, like I said, if I see it is better if you put, I mean, all of the data, if you have that example of data that you really that is really needed by the system, like you, without hyphen, so you put the exact data, but I mean exact format of that data. It doesn't need for you to put exact identifications card number lah.
Or we can just write to display error message whenever you want to do the test for error.
Yes.
Cannot, we don't need to specify like no need to specify like what we do for the in the test case there. We just write to display error message, and then the test data we just write whatever we input.
Yeah, you can put it like this, but make sure your input, your test data is different from the above lah, because each of these it meant to trigger the error message. Okay,
Right.
so yeah, so I mean here there's something different between the test data lah. Okay, so for example here valid identification, so here lah, between here and here, because it is both to display error message, and then after that in the test data for number 3, IC, invalid IC, and above 18 years old and valid gender. But for this, the difference is valid IC above 18 but invalid gender. So make sure there's something different lah. Miss, the test case must be from one single function. One single function. You mean what do you mean by function here? What is your module actually? Select my module as CRUD and
Yeah, it's me. It's say like create, right? At last, say I add. Do I do add test cases only for, or we can just do like one each for functions? So say like I have a standard CURD and the generate report, then I just do 5 each test case for each function. Is it okay?
what is the example of function inside your module? Yeah, inside your module. So your module is generate report lah.
My module is inventory report, but inside the module have the standard CURD functions and generate report function.
What was your module again?
Inventory module.
Inventory module for what?
Tanaki Engineering, the car shop.
Tanaki Engineering. Okay, so you have inventory module. Yes, inventory. It should have CRUD. And then you have also generate report. So best case for each function. Your function here is referring to the
CRUD.
CRUD.
Yeah. Or is it like we based on one function only, we create the test case?
You mean, for example, to create, there's 4 test case lah.
Is it like one function, or we can write like one function, one test case like that?
For this one, I can say that your module is not only one, but actually 2. You has 2 module, which is inventory module and then generate report. So it is actually 2 different module. And then you may have 2 table of test cases. Okay, for example, for your first is inventory module, and then the second, another table is generate report module. And
but
then
it's inside the inventory module though, the report.
Actually you can put it in another module, because the report, they only need to link to the database, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't need it to be in one module, because maybe the generate report module, you can have another report not only for inventory but also another module inside your system lah. Okay, so you may have another module for generate report, because it is like too many it is too many module already if you put the inventory and report in one module. So it is like it is already like a subsystem, one subsystem. one subsystem that containing module for inventory and module for generate report. So for you, it is actually when you said that, for example, inventory module, right? You have CRUD. So actually, that's why I said in the real system, you can cover as much as possible the test case that you think possible. But for this one, because I only asked about 4, so you can choose whatever test case that you think the most important thing. For example, is for the CRUD, so you can just pick create functions, and then maybe you say that to add new new product item.
New product. Yeah, new
New
product.
product. Maybe you can set to add new product to the system, and then you may put here. Maybe you put maybe like I said just now, it is better if you put real data example of the data. But if it is too much type of data, so you put here valid
Very
product
details lah.
information. Yeah,
Mm.
valid product details, and then you can expect the result is the error, the successful message lah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then after that here, maybe you put also still create, but you put invalid product details. But like I said, it is better if you can give the exact test data here, so that people will know that what is actually the type of that is valid, what is the invalid type of data. Okay, so you think about that lah.
So if
Okay.
I put like in point form, so let's say I have a product name, product description like that, then I just put in point form like this examples lah. Is it okay if I do that? Or
Yes.
okay.
You can say that maybe a product name is tire, and then a brand, and then
Yeah. Okay.
here also you can put one invalid data. For example, the date of the product arrive at your Tanaki kan, Tanaki engineering, and then but you can put the type of invalid that maybe in the invalid date lah, so that you can produce error message. And then after that, maybe you can proceed to either read or display or update
Update like that.
you
Oh,
did lah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so I
Miss,
proceed.
one more question about the report module, right? Just now you said there's a subsystem that one. Actually, my inventory module has one, and then Daniel in my group, same group, his payment module also has a report module. I mean report function lah. So if Miss say it's a subsystem, meaning it's another module, then should we take it out?
Yeah, I think it's better if you have, because if you I think it is better you take it out and then make it one big subsystem, which is generate report. Okay, so under the subsystem, you may have a generate report for inventory module, generate report for another module that your friends.
So it's another report module like that lah.
Yeah,
But then we don't have anyone to like assign
to
already.
do that.
Yeah.
It's okay because it doesn't mean that if your system have 5 module but only 4 of you in one group, then it's okay, you only cover 4.
So we remove the report the generate
Yeah.
report function.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you still need to you don't need to create test that test.
Yeah. Just
But you still
last
need
week.
you still need to explain about maybe your system have 5 modules lah. But
So
only
I
your
remove
test case lah.
the functional requirements have to remove that part, the report thing, because since it's not covered in like our own module, but in another module instead, like that. Okay.
Okay. So Russell, can I do like cast post a news article, data news article title, author and context text result? You need to put, for example, Russell, valid or invalid lah, because we don't know what type of your news article title, author and context text. Okay, so maybe you can put a valid not valid lah, because for something that for announcement, I think because it is all text, so the only thing that you can make either that can trigger error or not for the system is the length of your content. Because in the announcement it shouldn't be too long, right? Especially for the title. So there must be a limit for the title, limit of character. So maybe you may put that for the valid, for the accepted punya news article. So maybe you put article title that not more than 50 character, and then the context maybe not more than 300 words. Okay, so and then that will make your result will be approved lah, or will be saved or will be posted lah. And then for your invalid data, maybe you may set the title is over than 50 words, and then the content is more than 300 words. Oh, already 11. Okay, so if you don't have any class, we can continue lah. Can be one test case for valid, one test case for invalid. Yeah, case can. Oh yeah, for those who don't have any questions, you can leave first lah.
Miss, can I ask you again about the report thing?
Okay.
Is it better if I share my screen?
Okay.
Share.